Good morning, everybody. A few weeks ago in Shine, Joy was talking to us about Psalm 23, and it was a bit of an eye-opener for me. She was talking about how the green pastures that David refers to in the psalm would have been very different to the green pastures that maybe we picture. They wouldn't have been those lush green fields with their sheep kind of grazing and eating as much as they want all day and stuffing themselves. The terrain that David was talking about would have been very dry, very barren, a very barren landscape with very minimal food for the sheep, but actually God providing each day just the amount, just exactly what the sheep needed. And so that was a real eye opener for me. So I've had a bit more of a look at this psalm this week. And there's another thing that pops out to me. I'm sure there are many, many things in that psalm, but there's another thing that popped out, and it was to do with the word path that David uses. And I know in the West, we often think when we hear the word path, we think about this kind of straight road heading somewhere. But actually, the Hebrew, when David's talking about these paths, he's talking about in Hebrew a circular journey. And then we kind of link that to the terrain that the sheep were grazing in and journeying in. And that's how it would have been. The sheep would have wanted to get up these hills to the better food, but they wouldn't have been able to head straight up these hills. They would have been too steep. So the sheep would have been on a daily basis circulating around these hills to get to the better food at the top. And actually, I watched this video this week, and you can, if you look down, if you flew over that area, you would be able to see these kind of paths going around, carved out, where the sheep, over hundreds of years, the sheep would have been walking and grazing. And I am definitely somebody who is not about the long journeys, is not about circular routes. It's definitely about heading the quickest route possible to get to where I need to get. So it was a real, I guess it was a real eye-opener and also encouragement that David, looking back at his life, and people think that he wrote this psalm towards the end of his kingship, when he was looking back and reflecting on his time as a shepherd, his time as a king, and just looking back and reflecting on how faithful God had been through all of those ups and downs, through all of the things that he'd done right, through all of the things that he'd done wrong through his life. God had been there, but often it hadn't been a straightforward journey. It hadn't just been, a quick fix. God had taken him often on long routes, and often probably feeling like he was going round and round in circles, and it was all very slow. So I just wanted to encourage you with that this morning, just another little snippet from that psalm. And maybe you want to spend a bit of time this week having a look at it a bit further. But just hopefully that's an encouragement to you, that it's not always about the quick and easy, but God's got this journey and he is with us through it all. All right, bye.